Hi friends, very good morning to all of you. Right friends, let's see today's newspaper and find out what are the important news items today. Right friends, today's date is April 28, 2021. Okay, the first item is after High Court rap, Election Commission of India bans victory processions on counting day. Only two persons can accompany winning candidate for receiving certificate. Friends, this is in the context of rising number of COVID cases, and the Election Commission of India finally imposed ban on victory processions. Right friends, India may get major share of US vaccine exports, 60 million doses of AstraZeneca vaccine to be sent globally. Okay friends, the system has failed. Delhi High Court bench asks Kejriwal government to put its house in order. Right friends, keen line up to get oxygen refill as patients gasp for breath will only cater to the needs of hospitals, say oxygen plant officials. Friends, overall if we see the COVID-19 situation is really grim in our country, but don't be worried, and the situation will improve. And I don't want to frighten you, so that even I'm skipping some news about COVID-19. Those are not important for our examination. Right friends, passing orders not end of duty. High Court tells Delhi government. Hospitals oppose directive to attend patients within 10 minutes. So friends, this may become somewhat difficult given the situation. The High Court directive asking the hospitals to attend patients within 10 minutes. So you yourself think and find out solutions how the patients can be taken care in alternative ways in the present scenario. Right friends, case surge continues in southern states. Both Karnataka and Kerala report over 30,000 cases. Right friends, now we will see some editorial articles. The lead article is a patently wrong regime. Over the last few decades, intellectual property rules have served as a lethal barrier to the right to access healthcare. So friends, this is in the context of the supposedly lack of enough vaccines in India, and also for many other third world countries, and the regimen of intellectual property rights. So there is always a debate that the presence or existence of intellectual property right has kept the medicines rates higher, and they did not reach they are out of the reach of the poor people or common people. So here also in this article the author discusses the same issue, and you should also aware that there are calls to temporarily uh, temporarily give relief from the intellectual property rights regimen for the vaccines and medicines pertaining to COVID-19 pandemic. So friends, please think and read all these arguments, both positive and negative, and come to your own conclusion. What is the best way forward in this situation? Right friends, right priorities. Even as it waits for help from US, India must accelerate its vaccination program. Right friends, making the beginning of a green era to combat climate change. Saudi Arabia has launched the Saudi Green Initiative and the Middle East Green Initiative. So friends, please remember these two initiatives. Those are Saudi Green Initiative and Middle East Green Initiative. It is doing agriculture in the deserted land. So friends, this is the changing situation in Saudi Arabia and in the Middle East region. Once it was dubbed as the unuseful desert land, and on those desert lands. The Middle Eastern countries were able to create mind-boggling cities and towns, and they have built their economies on the base of the oil. So now the countries, including Saudi Arabia, especially Saudi Arabia, they are trying to diversify the economy into other arenas apart from oil, and they don't want to depend only on the oil boom, oil wells. So in this context, this article becomes very, very important. So also in the context of climate change. Alright friends, the next one is true name. Turkey should not live in denial of atrocities committed against the Armenians. So friends, this is about the Eastern questions in the history, and not now and then these things these things keep on coming between the rivalries between Turkey and other southeastern European countries. Right friends, a pragmatic approach for COVID-19. Managing mild symptoms at home is vital to reduce the burden on an already stretched system. Friends, this is the key. The people with mild symptoms, they should the care should be provided for them at home, and they themselves should take care of their health. So they should not go into panic and rush into hospitals, so that if they can stay home and take care of themselves, the serious cases, people with serious COVID symptoms or infections, they can go to hospitals, and they can be taken care of. Right friends, the left's big battle in Bengal, changing socio-political dynamics, offer a key insight into the front's shrinking vote share over the last decade. So friends, this is the the downfall of the left ideology in the West Bengal, once a bastion of left wing ideology. Right friends, ceaseless plight. Hundreds of fishermen have been languishing in Pakistan's prisons for years with no end in sight. Okay friends, enforcing COVID-19 rules is a state responsibility, says Election Commission of India. Madras High Court blamed panel for second wave of COVID-19 in Tamil Nadu. Okay friends, government hits out at Australian paper. Article portrayed Modi in poor light. Friends, now often than not, these kind of articles will keep on appearing, criticizing Indian way of dealing things. Some things, not only the COVID pandemic, but other things also. So try and think about an objective policy, how the government should deal with these kind of criticisms or bad portrayal of Indian governance and as well as leaders. Okay friends, states have 1 crore doses. Center Health Ministry says another 80 lakh shots will be supplied in the next 3 days. Okay friends, Indian government did not request ready to use vaccines, says US. AstraZeneca doses unavailable now. Friends, this is the response of USA, United States of America. Okay friends, CIA task force on oxygen supply chains. Friends, this is a good move and good development. The Confederation of Indian Industry, it has created a task force to monitor the supply of medical oxygen. Okay friends, timely support important. Rawat, Chief of Defence Staff, calls upon armed forces to help mitigate the pandemic. Friends, as the situation is becoming worse, we might need the support of the armed forces also. Okay friends, aid pours in from the world. Many countries are sending emergency use equipment to India to fight COVID-19. So friends, this is the humanitarian gesture from across the world. Okay friends, Vedanta can produce oxygen at its Tamil Nadu plant. Order passed in national interest doesn't create equity in favor of FIM, says Supreme Court. Friends, this is the Vedanta plant at Thuttukudi. Because of an accident, more than 100 people have died, and the plant has been shut since then. Now the situation is warranting the Honorable Supreme Court allows the plant to function again and produce medical oxygen. Right friends, these are some entertainment news, and we will come to world's news. Okay friends, China ready to support India, offers vaccines to South Asia. Beijing proposes an emergency reserve for supplies to countries in the region. So now we have to wait and see how the leadership reacts to this offer of help. Right friends, Human Rights Watch, Israel is committing apartheid. So friends, this is the issue between the Israel and Palestine, and the treatment of Palestinians within the political boundaries of Israel. Right friends, Sri Lanka cabinet clears proposal for burqa ban. Draft law will be tabled in parliament, says spokesman. Now friends, think and analyze whether these kind of measures will be helpful in fighting the religious extremism, or will it aggravate the existing disparities and concerns of the different religious groups. And also think about how India is managing the religious affairs, and think about the positives of Indian way of secularism. Right friends, USTR, US Trade Representative, discusses COVID-19 relief with vaccine makers. Catherine Tai committed to working with WTO members on global response to the pandemic, bridging vaccination gaps. Right friends, Biden to sign minimum wage order for federal government workers. Contractors are required to pay them at least $15 per hour. Okay friends, Iran US warships engage in a tense encounter. The incident in the Gulf is the first in about a year. Right friends, now we will see some economic news. ADB Asian Development Bank sees India grow by 11%, adds caveat. Lender sees considerable downside risk from latest COVID wave, says may revise forecast in July. Right friends, Mistri's review Mistri's review petition cites errors in Supreme Court order, judgment contrary to Companies Act. Friends, this is about the serious saga of appointing Cyrus Mistry as the chairman of the Tata Sons, and his subsequent removal, and he challenged his removal in at the various stages like NCLT, and again at NCLT Appellate Tribunal, and finally he challenged it in the Supreme Court, and the Supreme Court upheld his removal, and now he is going to challenge the Honorable Supreme Court order also. Right friends, this is all from today's newspaper. Thank you for joining me. See you next time. Have a good day.